house on Deuces Wild, motherfuckers!
All of you beauties out there. And thanks to Miss Tara Burns, I now have a Deuces Wild where Deuces is actually spelled correctly. So thank you, Miss Tara. And the shirt of the day from The Thrill says, it's okay if you don't like baseball. It's kind of a smart people's sport anyway. So there you go.
Well, that's for all the dumbasses out there, Thrill.
Lot of baseball dumbasses, and I see their videos left and right. So anyway.
So anyhow, dude, I just want to clear a couple things up right away. We'll address it at the top of the show. Obviously, we talked about Devers last week and him no-showing you. I thought you handled it really well. You're saying, hey, look, he no-showed me. I get it. Boston was in town.
Yeah.
I doubt he wanted to be out there early. And then, we were just kind of playfully talking. And today, all of a sudden, there's some headlines floating around.
Yeah.
About you and Devers. And I mean, I've just felt like you got to get the flow of the show to understand what was actually said without taking shit out of context.
Yeah, no. And so, the whole thing was Bob Melvin and Matt Williams had asked me to go work with Rafael Devers, if he had a chance to get out there. And I didn't know this, but they had hit him a lot of ground balls like a few days before, and he was sore. He was kind of nursing some soreness. And so, I showed up and he wasn't there. No big deal. And on top of that, it was optional batting practice. So he just decided, I ain't going to do it today, And then, like you and I talked about, if I'm working at first base, I'm going to be right in front of the dugout, with the Red Sox. And so, he didn't want to have to go through all that bullshit and the Boston media and all that. And so what happens? I'm standing out there. Dave Fleming actually introduces me to his brother, Will Fleming, who is one of the Red Sox radio TV guys, I guess. And so now he goes on some podcast or Zoom, I don't know when it was, and blows this thing out of fucking proportion again, and here we go. And, I just got to tell you right now, this is a bunch of bullshit. That's first off. Second off, hey, look, that was, let's see, my first encounter with Rafael Devers. So I didn't even know him before, those 2 or 3 days that I spent in San Francisco. So, Rafi and I are fine. I'm going to work with him, whenever I get around to first base and all that. And Will Fleming, you can go fuck off, motherfucker. All right? You want to fucking take a conversation that we're having and then blow it out of proportion because you're a fucking East Coast piece of shit reporter? Fuck off. All right? And so other than that, I'm cool. But, today's one of them days where, shit's blown out of proportion. Matter of fact, there's even some shit, I think it's on Instagram or something like that. It says that I was going to, grab him by the neck and drag him out there or something like that. It's like, what? I would never say that, about a guy who I just met, and I'm going to be working with him for the whole time he's in San Francisco. So, with this AI bullshit that's going on, that's what that is. It's probably that AI bullshit because I haven't even posted anything on Instagram for a very long time.
No, and we talked about it last week, but we posted nothing of the sort because I think first and foremost, I think people need to understand the show in the context of the show and how we interact and what we talk about and the bullshit we talk about and everything else. I think most importantly, look, onward and upward. Rafael Devers is a San Francisco Giant.
Yes.
All San Francisco Giant fans, right? You got to be rooting for him. Obviously, there's a legend here on the Deuces Wild podcast who is the greatest first baseman in the history of the San Francisco Giants. So if this happy marriage does happen and you're able to help Rafi around the bag and that helps the Giants in the future, great. And look, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I will say, and this is why probably people are a little sensitive to it, is because he's coming off of all of that shit in Boston and him being a really fucking bad teammate.
Yeah,
And I love to try to protect him, but as far as I'm concerned, if I was getting fucking hundreds of millions of dollars from an organization and they asked me to play first base or third base or outfield or catcher, if they want me to fucking pitch, I'd
yeah,
say, give me the goddamn ball. Now, obviously, I'm a little different. We get that, but he went out on a sour note. I think not only with the organization, but with teammates as well. And then they hear this story about him standing you up in San Francisco.
yeah,
So it was a chance for the East Coasters to pile on and say, see,
yeah.
this is a piece of shit we're talking about.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I mean, Rafi has shown some spark here as of late. He had a big 2-run single. He's had another 1-run single. And pretty soon he's going to get hot and start tying into some stuff. So as long as he's doing his job out there, he and I are cool. And when I go to San Francisco, whenever it's going to be the next time, I'm gonna go, hey, Rafi, that was blown out of proportion, not by me, by somebody else. I respect you and all that, and it'll be just two boys in the clubhouse, so it'll be fine. But one of the things that I definitely wanted to talk to you about was you had sent. Well, I don't know, it wasn't you. Trey had sent me something, and it was you reacting to Cal Raleigh, and it was an AI deal that we're talking about where shit can be made up, shit can be blown out of proportion. And Cal Raleigh's doing a press conference, and he's talking about Aaron Judge playing in a freaking McDonald's ball pit, and then he even talked bad about Julio Rodriguez and then the owner of the Mariners. And Cal didn't do it. It's just his AI bullshit. And so that's where some of this crap that got started with me and Rafi went to that AI crap, and I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, hey, dude, onward and upward, like I mentioned before. I
Yeah,
love having
yeah.
a
Let's
platform where we're
let's
able to
move on.
openly talk about shit. And
Yeah,
the East Coast is going to hop on it, right? Anything
yeah.
they can
No,
do to bury
whatever.
Devers,
And
whatever.
like you said, shit was going on over there with Rafi and Bregman and all that, and needless to say, it made for great drama. And now they're trying to continue the drama, even though he's on the West Coast. So anyway, there's no drama between me and Rafi. We're gonna be cool.
All
Um,
right, go ahead.
One of the things, and even though it's a Dodger, I gotta tip my cap. Number 22, Clayton Kershaw with 3,000 strikeouts. Unbelievable. I mean, to stay with one team as long as he has, that's first off. Second off, to rack up the wins and World Series titles. And then now, to join the 3,000 strikeout club, there's only 20 of them. I got to tip my cap. He became number 22 because he grew up there in Arlington. He was a big Ranger fan, a Will Clark fan, all that sort of stuff. I have been, a fan of his. I wish he was on my pitching staff. But congratulations, Clayton.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I forgot that he was a big Ranger fan and wore
Yeah,
number 22 because of you.
because of Will the Thrill. And while we're doing this, all right, let's just run through the list and let's see. All right, number 1, Nolan Ryan, beyond belief. 2, Randy Johnson. 3, Roger Clemens, another one of those guys. How he is not in the Hall of Fame is freaking beyond me. Number 4 was, believe it or not, a former teammate. I actually played against him, and he was on my team. Steve Carlton, the big lefty. And then, matter of fact, when I was reading the list, they had a clip, and it was the 4,000 strikeout. And believe it or not, Bob Melvin was the catcher in Steve Carlton's 4,000 strikeout. So I freeze framed the thing, and I sent it to Bo Mel, and I'm like, has anybody ever sent you this picture? The fact that you caught Carlton's 4,000 strikeout? And he's like, no. He said, nobody has. So I said, well, there you go. Somebody remembers back in the day how great lefty was. Number 5, surprised the hell out of me. I didn't think he was up that high. Bert Blyleven was,
Really?
yeah, Bert Blyleven. Good fastball, over the top hook, and then had some other stuff, but a gamer right there. Number 6, Tom Terrific, Tom Seaver. He was the, I guess you want to say, besides Nolan, he was kind of the inventor of the high fastball and used it devastatingly. Number 7, a Dodger, a little bit of everybody, Don Sutton. Another one of those guys. Good fastball over the top hook. Number 8 is a Giants Hall of Famer, Gaylord Perry. The man did it, for a long period of time. He did it, by blowing people away, and then after that, he figured out a way to make it move in different ways. So, number 9 is the original strikeout man, the big train, Walter Johnson. If you guys into history of baseball, go look him up. It's
Oh yeah,
unbelievable.
incredible.
Unbelievable. Number 10 is a current San Francisco Giant, Justin Verlander.
Really?
We're still trying to get him his number 1 win as a Giant, but Justin's in the 3,000 strikeout club, and definitely a future Hall of Famer. Right behind him is a guy who's kind of his protege. They pitched about the same time in the major leagues, and they've been the top studs in the major leagues for years. That's Max Scherzer. After that comes the Professor. Guy I got a lot of at bats off of, Mr. Greg Maddux, a guy who could absolutely paint like Picasso with a baseball. After that, believe it or not, is another one that I would not have guessed. I only faced him one time, but I did face him. Was Phil Niekro.
Okay.
The master of the knuckleballer. Got over 3,000 strikeouts throwing a knuckleball. Number 14, a true gentleman. I've met him once, and just a hell of a nice guy. Fergie Jenkins, the old Texas Ranger pitcher. Number 15, a guy I got a lot of at-bats off of, Pedro Martinez of the Red Sox fame. Number 16, a gentleman that I'm going to always speak reverently about is Bob Gibson from the St. Louis Cardinals. What an intimidating presence he was, whether he was on the mound or just sitting in the locker talking with you. Mm-hmm. Number 17, I faced him when he first came up, believe it or not, in the bullpen in Houston before he became a starter, was Curt Schilling, another 3,000 strikeout guy. A gentleman that came after me, and I did not get a chance to face him, even though I would have loved to, is CC Sabathia of the not only Yankees but also Cleveland Indians fame. Number 19 is a guy that I've got tons of at-bats off of him as a starter and as a reliever, John Smoltz. And finally, number 20 is the newly anointed Clayton Kershaw.
Okay, so you just named the top 20 strikeout leaders of all time. Going back to your career, and I'll even let you potentially choose somebody that you didn't face, but who do you believe to be the nastiest pitcher of all time?
Whew. I'm gonna give you a few answers here, and the reason being because, believe it or not, out of this list of 20 guys, I actually faced 10 of them. I have at-bats off of 20 of the best strikeout dudes in the history of baseball. So, you go up against these guys, you got your work cut out for you. All right? Without a doubt, Nolan Ryan was the epitome of the intimidator. The guy, grunting and snorting and when he threw the ball, I mean, it was just whizzing coming in there, and it hit the catcher's mitt and it'd go pow, and just make this unbelievable sound. So Nolan, you got to give him credit. The big unit, Randy. Oh my God! From the left side, he's not throwing over the top. He's throwing like 3/4 out here, and I got sort of a closed stance. The ball's starting out basically behind me before it crosses over to get into the strike zone, and he was no day at the beach. All right,
And he's releasing it from fucking 50 feet too.
Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, yeah, because he's six whatever. I mean, it looks like when he goes to throw it, like the ball's right here in your face, It's like, wow. All right. And then let me go to, Roger Clemens was just, I mean, you just had to buckle your chin strap in there because you never knew if he was going to drill you. You never knew if he's throwing the backdoor cutter or the high heater or he came up with the split later in his career. I mean, he just competed his ass off. And I love facing guys like that. And then finally, the guy that gave a lot of people hell, and you and I even talked about this because he had really long fingers, was Pedro Martinez.
Yeah.
And when he'd throw that changeup, he could hold on to that thing like even longer. And that changeup was devastating how good his changeup was. So there's a few of the dudes out of the 20 list of 20, and I really enjoyed facing all of those 10 gentlemen that I told you about. But then there were guys on there. I mean, you could pick them apart. I mean, you had your work cut out for you. You had to get after it.
Walter Johnson, the big train. I would have loved to see that dude pitch.
Yeah.
Because he was slinging it from right here too, from the right side. And apparently he was throwing fucking 100 miles per hour back then.
Yeah.
And nobody could touch it, right? And he's throwing those dirty ass balls like.
Yeah.
You realize how difficult that would be to hit that guy?
He's not throwing, he's not throwing a baseball that they're throwing today. He's throwing like a freaking medicine ball damn near. And like you said, he's throwing 100 miles an hour. The guys in that era are swinging 35, 36 ounce bats, and he's just tearing them up. So the big train was the first of the blow people away guy.
Yeah, it's you look at some of his statistics.
Yeah,
which I'm trying to pull up right now. Like,
you pull them up, and then Mike
his WAR.
Mike even said it because Mike's a big, huge Cardinal fan. But I mean, I've told you stories about Bob Gibson and just how awesome of a dude he was, but then just what kind of competitor he was. I mean, how can you go through a whole freaking major league season and have a 1 ERA unless you knew what the shit you were doing and you commanded the ball extremely well. So,
dude, how about Walter Johnson? He has a 167.8 WAR. I mean, that leads, I think, just about everybody. I know Bonds is up in that territory. Babe Ruth up in that territory. He had a 2.17 career ERA. He started 666 fucking games in his career.
He started 670 games, damn near.
Fuck, man. 5,914 innings pitched. 5,914 innings pitched. I mean, put your head around that for a minute. Just insane. Led the league in strikeouts. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different times. Holy shit, man. I mean, he was so fucking good.
Yep. And then, I've told y'all the Dusty Baker story about Bob Gibson and getting in the batter's box and all that sort of stuff. Bob was unbelievable. And then, like I was telling you, I mean, I've only got maybe 1 or maybe 2 at bats off of Phil Necro, but just after facing him and then facing some of the other knuckleballers like Tom Candiotti, Steve Sparks, uh, you know, his name gets away from me from Pittsburgh. Who was it in Pittsburgh? God damn it!
Knuckleballer.
He just died. Oh, Tim
Oh,
Wakefield.
Tim
Tim
Wakefield.
Wakefield.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
of Wakefield being from
yeah,
Boston. That's why I
yeah. I'm sorry about that,
Yeah. So let's go
but
double sky point
yeah,
for Tim
exactly. I'm
Wakefield.
sorry about that
Good
one
guy.
right there, Tim.
All right.
But yeah, after facing Candiotti, Sparks, Wakefield, and some of the other guys that threw knuckleballs, nobody had the kind of movement that Necro did. Nobody. I mean, good Lord, that thing was dancing all over the place.
Hey, real quick, and one more thing on the big train, Walter Johnson. He had 110 career shutouts. I mean, it's just tough to even comprehend what that is. Hey, throw, give me
110 shutouts.
shutouts.
That means how many times did he go 9 innings? Because he got 110 with shutouts. How many times did he go 9 innings, get the win, get the loss, whatever? But he went 9 innings, complete game. I mean, good Lord Almighty.
Well, listen to his innings pitched starting in 1908. Ready? 256, 296, 370 in 1910. He threw 370 innings, 322 in 1911, 369 in 1912, 346 in 1913, 1914, 371, 336 in 1915, 369 in 1916. I mean, what the fuck, man? Pitchers today are pussies.
Dude, he had 370 innings 3 times in his career. 3 times. And now, if a guy goes 200 innings, they're like, oh, he's a freaking Iron Man.
Hey, what rehash that Dusty Baker story with Bob Gibson.
So Hank Aaron told Dusty Baker, hey, look, when you face Bob Gibson, just go up there. Don't be digging in the batter's box, nothing like that. Just go up there, hit, do your thing, run the bases, do whatever you got to do, right? And so Dusty, sure enough, did it. Well, then the next year they had a rookie come up, and Dusty and Hank both told the guy the same thing, and the guy must have forgot. And so he walks up to home plate, and he's freaking digging a hole at home plate, and then right in the middle of digging the hole, he must have remembered, and he looked up, and Bob Gibson standing on the mound like this, and he starts to cover the hole back up. He's taking his foot and he's trying to cover the hole back up. And Gibson says, no, that's okay. Keep digging. He says, because that's what I'm going to bury you in. And the next pitch, whack, he freaking drills him.
That's fucking epic, man.
So that's the Bob Gibson story. And when I was one of the special assistants with the Cardinals after I retired, I told you guys, as a matter of fact, I told Big Mike this, I lockered right next to Bob Gibson. I was like, hi, Mr. Bob, how are you doing? Hi, hey, Mr. Bob, that kind of thing. And I asked him about that. He goes, oh, hell yeah, I'd drill a shit out of him. And so Bob knew exactly what I was talking about.
That's so good. All right, Thrill, let's change subjects, and we're going to go from pitchers to hitters because the 2025 Home Run Derby participants have been announced. Ronald Acuna Jr. from the Braves, Cal Raleigh, the big dumper from
the big dumper
Mariners, James Wood, the promising young superstar for the Washington Nationals. He has 23 homers right now. He will be in the contest, as will Byron Buxton, who has 20 home runs, and then O'Neal Cruz of the Pirates will be in the Home Run Derby as well. Thrill, let's go back.
Yeah.
And let's just say we could choose any hitter in the history of baseball that we would want to see in a home run derby. Who would that hitter be for you? And you know what? If you want to go multiples, fuck it. Who's in the derby? Well, we can go now. We can go later.
In the history of the game.
Let's go history of the game.
Oh shit. History of the game. History of the game. I'd have loved to seen Babe take batting practice. I'd have loved to see it. Because I mean, you and I talked about it. I mean, he hit more homers than whole teams.
Yep.
So I'd just like to see his batting practice, and then I'd like to see, oh, it's a home run derby, and I have to hit him. So I'd like to see that. In the game today, you just mentioned some really interesting names. Buxton is one of those kind of guys. He's always had promise, but now he's starting to kind of come into his own. He
True.
started off really slow, but now he's starting to come into his own. And then the kid from Pittsburgh, what's his name?
O'Neal Cruz, legit.
O'Neal Cruz. This dude's got major jack.
Yeah.
I've seen him go damn near into the river in Pittsburgh a few times.
Yeah.
So he's got some bombo in him. And then, Cal Raleigh is having a fabulous, fabulous year, and he deserves to be in it just because of what he has done. Other than that, I mean, Acuna Jr. is one of the up and rising stars. He's coming off some injuries. So, for him to get back into the All-Star game and get back into the home run derby, is a testament to him and doing the rehab that he was doing. Who else is in there?
Well, dude, let me go back to Cruz for a second. So I'm going to read you the hardest hit home run balls of this season of the participants. So Ronald Acuna Jr., 115 off the bat. Cal Raleigh, 115 off the bat. James Woods, 116 off the bat. Byron Buxton, 112 off the bat. And O'Neal Cruz, 122 fucking miles per hour off of his bat was his hardest hit home run of the year against the Milwaukee Brewers. Holy shit, man. That's the favorite in this contest.
Well, we were just going through it. I mean, I told you. And on top of that, they're going to be hitting in Atlanta. Atlanta in the summertime. First off, it's going to be humid. All right. Second off, it's going to be hot. So you better put a lot of pine tar because you don't want those bats to go flinging around somewhere. But other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the guys that basically you don't get a chance to see. I've actually been paying attention to Cal Raleigh because he's been on TV here a little bit lately. They played the Cubs, and then they played another series that I saw. But Cruz I haven't seen, and Buxton I haven't seen like much of, and I really am looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. Thrill, did you ever participate in a home run derby?
I did. I participated in the home run derby in Toronto.
How'd it go?
I hit a lot of line drives. Actually, believe it or not, Cal Ripken won that home run derby.
Really?
Yeah, he won the home run derby that year. But I don't know. I hit 3 or 4 or something like that. I didn't crunch it, but it was one of those things. I mean, every time I took batting practice, I was not trying to hit homers. I was working on something. And then now I'm in there trying to hit homers, and it was kind of a mess. But I hit 3 or 4 and got booted out in the first round. So one of the things.
Well, the San Francisco Giants are wearing the Schmedium psychedelic jerseys here tonight, and Robbie Ray.
They're wearing their CNI chart jerseys.
Yeah. I mean, this is like right up here, man. Robbie Ray's doing it. I wonder if he did a little tuck under on him too.
Oh, I don't know. He Robbie looks good in a uniform. I can tell you that right now. But
yeah, he's got the Euro cut pants and
yeah.
Again, the slim cut shirt.
Yeah,
very very tailored.
Yeah. And on top of that, Robbie is believe it or not, he's a grunter. Did that ball go out? No,
Nope.
right at the fence. That was a hanger. Thank God it stayed in there. But Robbie's a grunter. If you ever listen to the game, sometimes he'll cut one of them fastballs loose and he'll go like that. He does some of that kind of stuff. And we actually, believe it or not, we had a kid in Double A in Richmond that was doing that too. And that guy just got promoted to Triple A, so he's in Sacramento grunting away.
Dude, I was a grunter, man. But I learned that through martial arts. It's just,
Yeah, I got it.
so when I hit a baseball, even when I hit a pickleball and I try to hit it hard, Robbie Ray, literally, I mean, if we're at different ballparks, probably would have given up 2 homers already. But instead, they're playing at Pac Bell, AT&T, Oracle, wherever the fuck they call it.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Right? I mean, 2 balls hit, like, very well. Here's Bryce Harper thrill.
Otherwise known as those balls would have been out in Philadelphia, but they're not here. This is a different yard. So
this is a fun matchup to watch. Walk us through
this.
this.
Yeah, this guy right here, he can beat anybody, with his fastball when he wants to.
Breaking ball first pitch to Bryce Harper. What are you looking for here?
I'm looking fastball away right here.
Okay, I agree. Now a little cutter.
Okay.
Slider, 89 miles per hour. I'd call that a cutter, right? I mean,
fastball's only probably a cutter, a little mini slider. That's not his bread and butter breaking ball. His bread and butter breaking ball is a curveball. So.
Okay, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the first, the pitch to Harper. There's a fastball away.
Yeah, there's fastball. So now this right here, all right, this is 1-2 right here. This is normally Robbie's high fastball count. So let's see if he's doing a high fastball, if he wants to go breaking ball to Bryce.
I'm guessing he goes back to that cutter away.
Okay.
Let's see. Breaking ball. So it was a slow breaking ball, not the cutter.
Yeah, that's the one I was telling you about. That's his bread and butter one is more the curveball, and that little cutter is just to set you up a little bit. Hey, since we're on commercial break, Josh brought it up in the chat room right now. I know you and I talked about it, and hopefully everybody, in the chat room paid attention. But Adam Wood, our friend, with Step 22 Gear, he made an offer for you guys to go on there and get some discount on some product and all that. And Josh ordered one. He actually just got back. He had a anniversary, his 7th anniversary. So congratulations, Josh.
Baby Josh.
He got a little small dot kit, carry case, whatever you want to call it, and he had his name put on it and all that, and wound up taking it on his anniversary and had a great time with it. So if you guys want to get some cool stuff from Adam Wood, Step 22 Gear, and then the promo code is Thrill22, THRILL, all caps 22.
Step22gear.com. We went to it last week. Definitely really cool bags, man.
Yeah. And Adam Wood is a phenomenal dude. His family is freaking Giants fans. He's actually really close friends with Barry Bonds as well. And anything you can do for Adam Wood, I'd appreciate it. I've got plenty of his stuff, and I've ordered it for my hunting dudes too. So thanks again, Adam. But so one of the things we wanted to talk about, we talked about it last week, was the number of teams that hit above 250, and now the number of teams that are hitting below 250.
Yeah.
I kind of took the ball and kind of ran with it, and I really didn't give you an opportunity. Tell me what your thoughts are on people not hitting 250 now.
Well, it's funny because I actually just posted a clip of this from last week's show, and you talking about the fact that there were only 6 teams that hit above 250 last season. And I went and looked at what was happening this year. There's 12 currently right now. But I gotta believe that as the season goes on, that 12 number is going to continue to drop because there's a bunch of teams hovering, right at 250, 251, 252. You got Ramos drilling the ball out the right center. Ball's not carrying out at Oracle at all here tonight. Taijuan Walker, the starting pitcher, you're looking at his arsenal. This is interesting. Well, look at this. Cutter 29% of the time, splitter 20% of the time. I mean, look at this. I mean, you never know what he's going to throw, but this is why I wouldn't give a fuck about facing him. 83 to 92 is basically what you're going to see. So there's not a huge variance in speed. It's all within 9 miles per hour.
All right, and then here's another thing. All right, you just basically gave me two statistics: 83 to 91, which is not, as far as like velocity goes, it's just normal. All right, but then you gave me 29% of one pitch, and I don't know, you said 20 something percent of the other pitch. All right,
Yeah.
so that's 50% of the time right there. He's throwing something off speed. He's not throwing anything four seam wise. So he is a perfect guy to look backwards. He's a perfect guy to look cutter, or if you're feeling giddy about it and you just get a hanger, looking split, one or the other.
All right, well, here's Devers, 93 mile per hour fastball in the inside corner. There's a good look at Logan Webb and that dirt squirrel that he's got on his upper lip.
You and the dirt
right.
squirrel.
3 balls, 2 strikes, Ro. What are you looking for?
Off speed.
Okay, throws a fastball inside.
Oh, really?
Takes the walk.
I didn't see Devers' at bats last night. I didn't see what they're trying to do, but evidently they're trying to get him out in.
Yeah,
I know one thing. The Red Sox, when he played the Red Sox, they were pitching him up and in the whole time. And when they didn't get it there, that's when he hurt him. So
that's how you know.
Yeah.
The team that's going to know him more than anybody is obviously the team that he played for, so they know his weakness.
Yeah, exactly. And they went there quite a bit of times. So now you got a guy that doesn't throw real hard, 92, 93, and he went, in fastball 2 times in a row. So that's telling you something right there.
Here's William.
But that's just for Rafael Devers. That's just for Rafael Devers. He might pitch Wilmer Flores completely different.
Some kind of love fest going on in the Giants dugout right now. Here's Willie Adames, who's been hot as of late. He's been swinging the bat real well. You know what I noticed, Thrill? He's on time. His gather is here as a pitcher's releasing the ball. So it allows him to put all of his energy into his eyes and see.
Look, they're showing it right there. They're showing it. Right what you're talking about.
I think they're showing his purple shoes and his purple gloves.
Right.
But let's watch the gather. Ready? Boom. So you could take that. You see that. So when you're gathering, now all I got to do is see the ball. And this is going to come down naturally. Oh, breaking ball. Started middle is going to be outside. I'll take it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now, let's see if he gets gathered on time. Yup. Boom. Unfortunately, he didn't pound that.
Yeah.
But he's in position to hit. And you can just fucking tell by his takes and by his swing right there.
Yeah, he was when I was in San Francisco, he was working on a few different leg kicks to gather himself like you're talking about, but also for timing.
Here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The gather. Bam! Good swing. He's fucking on him.
Yeah, no, he missed both of those. Those are 2 balls that should be murdered right there. He just missed them. Shit happens.
Shit does happen. So we have a classic showdown. I don't know what's happening here. Guy's got a nice head of lettuce, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if he dropped the ball. No, he caught the ball.
He caught it. Getting a high five from people.
Oh, boy.
Bring your gloves to the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, ball in.
Ball in. So
full count. Full count. Are you gonna run Rafael Devers right there?
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm
because I like to put pressure on the other team, but you also got a strikeout victim here every now and then
Yeah,
too.
I don't give a shit. He doesn't look like he's going to
I
strike.
like I like pushing the envelope. I like running. Go.
Phillies were thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I don't mind pushing the envelope. I damn for sure don't mind staying out of a double play. Get after it. We did that the whole time. Roger Craig, was our manager. So I grew up that way.
Got him. Holy shit, Thrill.
He
See, this is
jacked
what he
me.
caught. Fuck, man.
Ah,
I told you he was going to pound a baseball, right?
yeah,
You just tell. I
yeah.
try to tell my kids this on the Let Them Play team. I know when you're going to hit. I can see you take one ball and you take it like that. Dude, he crunched that ball. Where the fuck is that wind coming from?
So that was the one thing. All right, that's the one thing that Candlestick taught you, and you and I have talked about it. Everybody in chat rooms heard this before, but hitting the ball like this, hitting freaking 2 irons. That ball started straight up that way, and the wind just ate it up because when he swung, it looked like he thought he got it, but the wind sort of chopped him up. And so once you start hitting those 2 irons, that's another fan made a catch. We're in freaking total game mode with these guys now.
Dude, if I ever went to a baseball game looking like that, punch me in the face and kick me in the balls. Holy fuck.
Dude, he just came from work. What the shit?
I know, dude. I need something else though.
Yeah.
You can't go in that garb. Come on, man. Oh, look at the girls. They're all texting. We're on TV. We're on TV. Oh, so good.
Fun stuff. Fun stuff.
What else going on? How was your week, man?
Yeah, my week was pretty darn good. Believe it or not, tomorrow morning, my brother Scott and we're going to go on an overnight fishing trip offshore, like way offshore, like 150 miles offshore, and we're going to be catching tuna and stuff like that.
So when you go out there, what time of day are you going to leave?
You know what? We don't have to be there early because we're going to fish overnight. So we're going to be to the dock for like, I don't know, maybe 10, 11 o'clock, something like that. And then we got a pretty good little boat ride and get out there and catch a bunch of stuff.
Out where? In the Gulf of America?
Gulf of America. 150 miles, 160 miles out in the Gulf of America. Fishing in thousands of feet of water with electric reels.
Hey, did they really change the name to the Gulf of America?
Yes, they did.
Did they?
You bet your ass they did. And that's what everybody's calling it down here. Nobody calls it the Gulf of Mexico anymore.
Oh, fuck, man. That is funny. And that was all because Trump said it should be called the Gulf of America?
Yep. So anyway, so we catching tuna and stuff like that. Mahi, some big red snapper. But I thought it was kind of funny. I actually talked to a friend of mine who they got a bill fishing tournament. So they're trying to catch these big, huge blue marlin and white marlin and all that. And I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah, you guys are into that stuff. I said, what do you guys use for bait? And they go, well, we use anything from a 5 to a 30-pound tuna. I go, whoa, wait a second here. I go, you're using a freaking 20-pound tuna for bait? I mean, this son bitch is this big. And they go, oh, yeah. And they said this big bassett will just maul a freaking tuna. And I'm like, oh, my God. That's next level. That's like next level shit.
What are you trying to catch? A fucking great white shark?
Yeah, no, they're trying to catch these big-ass marlin that freaking come jumping out the water and all that shit. So, anyway. But Big Mike and Josh and Tommy Luke, if we get on them like I think we're going to get on them, you guys are going to be eating tuna opening weekend as Chef Mike prepares it.
Robbie Ray, the outside. What a beautiful ballpark. Is there a better ballpark?
It's so freaking scenic. And when you get up on the suite level, you're able to see into the bay, and it's amazing how beautiful it is. Amazing.
What kind of effort was that by the ball girl?
Not good. Oh, Tara Burns is in the chat room. Tara, thanks for my no filter. Deuces Wild, spelled correctly, hat and shirt. Thank you.
Hi, honey. Thanks for joining the program.
Yeah, and what is it? What's Smell-O-Vision tonight there, Tara? What's on Smell-O-Vision?
That's a great question. Robbie Ray, the 82 mile per hour breaking ball. Fouled
That's his
off.
bread and butter. That's the one we were talking about. He's trying to get him to chase right there. So,
So this
uh,
is Bomb. He's having a nice year, 279 average.
yeah. The Thrill had, uh, I guess you can call it any different things, but the Thrill had a meatball sub or meatball po' boy, whatever you want to call it. That's what I had for dinner tonight. It was damn good.
A meatball po' boy?
Or a meatball sub sandwich, whatever you want to call it.
Do you
Make
go to
sure
a
you
lot of,
put plenty of marinara on it, so when you take a bite, the shit drips down your arms and crap. I love it.
how far away are you from LSU?
I am about probably 15 miles from LSU, so it takes me about 20, 25 minutes to get there.
Here's Nick Castellanos. He had a nice gather, a nice hack at that pitch. So he just goes fastball up, man. I'd probably do something to get him off of that.
Yeah, he is kind of a bad ball hitter. Every time I see him get a good whack, it's on something that's like he's kind of off balance kind of thing, but he somehow or another he keeps his hands back. And then you're having barbecue chicken and chopped salad tonight there, EB.
Well, thank you. That's barbecue chicken we cooked about 3-4 nights ago. Look at that fucking leg kick. You see that?
Yeah.
It almost looked like he was taking. He was like fucking around. That was different than his first one.
Yeah, no. And that's what that's what we're talking about. Some of those guys that do the leg kick, they get in trouble with their timing because they get a little out of whack.
Yeah, the thing is, you got to have that gather. Yeah, see ya. Fastball right by.
Yeah, if you guys took that swing right there and you slowed it down, watch. Wham. Ray's foot had hit the ground like there, and Castellanos was still in the air. And that's way too late. And that's why you get blown up on that fastball right there.
Here's Kemp. This is almost the opposite of Castellanos, right? You got no pre-step, you got a little pre-step, and no leg kick at all.
No. And then I played with Juan Gonzalez, and Juan and I talked about it all the time because Juan had a big leg kick, all right? And he was two-time MVP, and put up some freaking numbers. But the one thing that Juan and I talked about, because I even asked him on several occasions about his leg kick, and he said he always wanted to be early with it. That way he could get down.
Well, Kemp here from the Phillies, he's got that pencil-thin mustache, man.
Dude,
and
get off of the mustaches. What is up with you and the stashes?
Bro, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I got to notice. I think it's important for us to recognize the facial foliage that
Facial
facial foliage that takes place on man's upper lip.
My God. Tara, would you please tell your husband to switch my picture on No Filter? He picked the one mustache picture that is just terrible. Tell him to switch it out.
Hey, Thrill, there's a Union 76 on deck circle. It reminds me, my first job was actually at Chevron. What was your first job?
My first job was matter of fact, it was my first and only job. Was I cleaned crawfish at the local bar room. So I cleaned crawfish, I cleaned shrimp, and then I'd boil them, and that's what they served at the local bar room for food.
Really?
Yep.
How much did you make?
I did that for like 3 years in high school, and then when I got to college, I think I told you I played in the Cape Cod League, and we had to have a job, and I was a gas station attendant. Uh,
Oh,
that was the time. Remember, I had our shirt on, and I had my
yeah.
my little tire pressure check, and had my rag and all that sort of shit. And then after that, then the next job I had was called a professional dude swinging a baseball bat.
I do you remember how much you made cleaning the shrimp at the
Oh
local bar room?
shit! It was good change up right there, Robbie Ray. That was nice right there. Good spot. Um, it was not much. Like as in back in the day, I want to say it was like I don't know, Josh. You could help me out here. What did you make when you were like in high school and shit like that? I think it was like a buck, maybe a buck and a half an hour, or something like that. I don't know. It wasn't
So
much.
my first job actually was not at Chevron. I lied. I didn't mean to lie, but it was at Molina's Deli, and I made $3.75 an hour. And by the time I left there, I worked there for I don't know, maybe about 6 months. I
Yeah,
was making $4.25,
there
and
you go.
I thought I was fucking raking it in. But that
Yeah,
wasn't, until I applied for my job at Chevron, in which I then was making about $6, $7 an hour, and
yeah.
it was on, man.
Well, Josh said he was making $3 an hour, so I don't know. I was somewhere in that vicinity, but you know, they had a young kid freaking cleaning crawfish and taking the crawfish and sticking them in the pot and all that sort of shit. They probably just said, "All right, we'll stick it to him." So,
Do crawfish scream like lobsters scream?
probably they're cousins, but I know one thing: crawfish, shrimp, and crabs. You put them in boiling water, they turn red immediately.
All right, Thrill. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces Wild here on Deuces Wild. Top of the second inning.
With a runner at first base.
Yeah, it'd probably be better if there
High
were.
chi, high chi.
He goes with the high cheese and Sosa. I'm not sure if there's any relation to Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa made his return to Wrigley.
I heard about that. I heard.
Tara's outside my window right now showing me a picture of a crawfish that I actually took the other day. All right, here's the 2-2 pitch. See ya! And the Giants
What was
get
what
out of
was that? What was that pitch right there? I
a
couldn't.
breaking ball.
Huh?
A breaking ball.
He's got a good breaking ball going tonight. Tara, what you doing outside with freaking crawfish
Honey, are
pictures?
you coming on the program? You said it will.
Oh,
So this is I took this picture the other day because I sent it to my family.
what are you guys doing in freaking?
Is that a crawfish?
Yeah, that's a crawfish. What are you guys doing in northern Nevada, northern California with that?
I wonder where the fuck it came from. I said the same thing. I was running, about stepped on. I'm like, oh shit, what's that?
Well, I mean, shit, you got the Truckee River right there. It had to come out the river.
Well, no, because that was taken in Half Moon Bay, so it came out the ocean.
Uh,
Are they saltwater creatures?
no, they're more freshwater.
Really?
Yep.
You guys got some
Linda made
really,
four
really.
dollars and 25 cents. Linda, you were freaking rolling in the dough.
How much was Linda making?
425
Yeah, that's it. That was a good number.
for
I
Lady
remember when I got
Footlocker.
bumped up to
For
420.
Lady Footlocker. Go ahead on.
Lady Footlocker. Oh, did you wear the pinstripes?
And you know what she did? She said they paid him cash straight out the register. I like that. I
Oh,
like cash.
that's called money laundering. Good.
Oh, well, hey, the government doesn't know. Shh.
By the way, take a look at the new Daily Hustle mug here.
Oh, what a nice Daily Hustle mug.
We have mugs coming. We have a whole No Filter Network store about to fucking come out. And we're going to have Daily Hustle. We're going to have Deuces Wild. We're going to have No Filter Network shit. And Thrill, as soon as I get it, I'll send it out to you. We can send it out to all the cronies.
All right. Hey, Tara, by the way, next time you ship stuff, 2XL, not 1XL. It's not your husband going schmedium, all right? It is a freaking loosey-goosey guy.
2XL, not one.
Yeah.
Thrill. They just showed a home run of Buster Posey.
Buster Posey. Buster and I just chatted right before we came on here. Buster's doing great. I know he's getting ready. He's getting ready for the draft. I have no earthly idea which direction the Giants are going. I'll probably try to make a call or two here or there in the next little while, but yeah. So I think that with our number one pick this year, I don't know whether they're going pitching or position player, so we'll figure that out here pretty soon.
Yeah, do you think you have that predetermined, or do you think they just kind of rank the guys and then go ahead and pick according to who's?
You know what? They're going to rank the top guys that they got on their list, and when they get to their pick, and I don't even know what pick we got this year, but when they get to their pick, then they're going to say, "All right, look, who can we get that fills in holes in our organization? Plus, we can sign them pretty quick instead of having long, drawn out negotiations with like a Scott Boras or somebody like that."
Yeah, it's a little different now though, because I mean each spot it's got the slot money that they're supposed to get. So unless someone's asking for way over that slot money,
Yeah,
it's pretty standard.
yeah, yeah.
I wonder the Giants got to pick where they finished the middle of the pack last year, right? They were basically at 500.
Yeah, so I want to say we're
15.
13, 15, 16, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You know, pretty soon it's going to be coming up here, but I hadn't seen it yet. Josh or Big Mike, any of you guys know where the Giants picked this year?
There's your 22 jersey up there. Isn't that cool?
Look at that 22 next to the 24.
I know.
Next to the best that's ever been.
Wasn't better than Babe Ruth though. I don't even know.
You know what? You know what? I absolutely love when I go in and I talk to some of these young players, and they first off they legitimately don't know some of the Hall of Famers. They legitimately don't know, and then I have to tell them who these guys are, what these guys did, and then they go, "Oh, well, they couldn't play today." I go, "How the hell do you know?" First off, you didn't know who the guy was to start out with. You didn't know what kind of ball player he was. And on top of that, and this is my go-to line with all of our young professional baseball players. If you got HOF behind your name, you are a bad motherfucker. All right? You could play anytime. So, anyway.
Yeah. That's the truth. This is last night, the Giants' victory.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Duvall made it a little interesting by walking the first two guys at the inning, but came back and wound up sealing the deal.
Casey Schmidt's doing okay.
Yeah. He was hitting 273 or something like that. 277? Yeah, he's at 277. So, you know, he does a good job when he stays in there. When he pulls off, like all kinds of things go haywire. But if he stays in there, he's actually pretty good.
You think Bob Melvin likes wearing the hippie gear?
If I had to guess, I'd say no.
He's kind of a hippie himself, though.
Well, he did go to Cal. He did go to Berkeley, so.
MA High School, Berkeley. Yeah. Actually went to St. Francis for a year and then transferred out.
And I told you that I played against him in high school. He was a senior. I was a sophomore. We played in the American Legion World Series against one another.
No fucking way.
Yep. Ely, Minnesota.
Here's a can of shit, but you never know. There's always an adventure when you pop a ball up to right field like it was last night for the Phillies who missed a fucking easy pop-up.
Yeah.
Castellanos let it drop in front of him. The second baseman wanted nothing to do with it either.
Yep.
All right, here we got
Big Mike just chimed in and said the Giants picked 13th. So I was right. I had heard 13 somewhere. So, and then Linda, I totally agree with you. It ought to be mandatory that kids getting into pro ball ought to know the history of the goddamn game. They ought to know who the hell came before them and who are the studs. So I agree with you totally.
Yeah, the problem is they just don't give a fuck through. You
You know
can't.
what?
You
You
can't
know
make.
what?
You
I
can't make
mean,
kids care. I
check
hate
this
it.
out.
You can't.
Check this out, okay? So you being an Oakland Athletic in your career, okay? When I go in, I see these guys, right? You know, I start talking about people that aren't kind of that far removed from the game. I told you Mo Vaughn. Nobody knows who the hell Mo Vaughn
No,
is.
Mo Vaughn was a bad
Oh,
motherfucker, dude.
I know, right? But then, to kind of go to what Linda's saying, I mean, I'll pick Hall of Famers from like, ooh, nice
A
job.
ground ball base hit. How about that?
Unbelievable. How about you one time, Miss Mr. Lee? Mr. Lee?
It's so refreshing to watch, right? All these balls hit up in the air that have been getting caught.
Yeah. And then you hit this one, and guess what happens? We go first to third.
1, 2,
Which
3,
doesn't
4,
happen
5, 6,
anymore.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A 12 hopper.
Yeah. But shot placement. But then, so what I was telling you, and like Linda's talking about, I go to guys that aren't that far removed from the sport, and they're still around in some regard, and these kids have no freaking earthly idea. Ooh,
Check swing, base hit, left
look at
field.
that! Oh, Dominic Smith with the excuse me.
I like to think it was a good bat path, right? Boom. Even if he pulled up, who cares? He was on plane.
Yep. Oh, it's gonna be
He's
strike three.
laughing.
No, it's not.
That's all
I
you got
better
to do,
run. I
man.
better run.
Hitting's not that fucking hard. See?
Oh Lord! All right, let's
So
see what
good.
Mr. Bailey's got for us today. Or is he going to pull
How's
off
he
of
been doing? The
everything? He's
Buck
going to stay
88.
on
Holy
point.
shit, Thrill. I mean, that's fucking. If he didn't catch the way he did, he'd be in the minor leagues.
I can't say anything.
That's
I
double
can't say
play.
anything. I'm supposed to be biased.
Biased at what?
Biased at making notes.
Why is he such?
But anyway,
Why
so
is he doing so
so,
dog shit
so
though?
some of these kids, I give them quizzes. I go in there and I'm like, all right, have you guys ever heard of Rolly Fingers? No. Have you ever heard of Catfish Hunter? No. Have you ever heard of Sal Bando? No. Have you ever heard of Joe Rudy? No. Have you ever heard of Vida Blue? No. Have you ever heard of Bert Campaneris? No. And I'm like, guys, I'm a San Francisco Giant, and I just read off 5 Hall of Famers plus 1 non-Hall of Famer of the Oakland Athletics. How fucking much of a fan of the game do you think I am? Where I know the Hall of Famers for the other fucking team.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't get about today's game. How do you not know a Mo Vaughn? How do you not know a Jay Buhner? A stud with the Mariners when they had those teams. I even asked somebody about Edgar Martinez, and they go, "Who's he?" And I go, "Well, he just got inducted in the Hall of Fame 2 years ago, and he's probably one of the best DHs that ever played the game." Really? I didn't know that.
And he was the Mariners hitting guy too, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Now what I've done is I've made it into motivational speaking. So I will go down and I will be with the relievers in San Jose when they all get together. Their pitching coach is Dan Runsler. Dan's a great dude. I love Dan.
I
He
know
played for
Dan.
the Giants. He had
Yeah.
played a little bit more with somebody else, but then he has been in San Jose for a while. All right. So I'll give him a quiz, and it will be on a pitcher. And they have to come up with the right answer. If they don't come up with the right answer, they have to run. And they all get it wrong. And I'm not talking about like way back yonder. All right. Here's one for you. This is what I did to him last year. I go, okay. I go, all right. Since you guys are relievers, I'm going to give you a reliever. And you got to tell me what team he played for. And I gave him Gary Lavelle. All right. San Francisco Giant closer in the 80s, right? Nobody got it right.
They're
They
not
all had to run.
no, dude.
They all had to run. Okay. Next day, I go out there. I go, okay, we're going to do our quiz again? Yeah. I go, all right. Greg Minton.
Yeah, Greg Minton.
All right. The Moon Man. Nobody got it. I said, that's a San Francisco Giant reliever. Once again, another closer. Gary Lavelle was a closer. Greg Minton was a closer. All right, there's a pattern going on here, right, guys? All right, so they got to take off running again. The third day in a row. I go, all right, Scott Garrelts. And they go, I go, for the third day in a row, I'm giving you a Giants closer. Get the fuck out of here. Go run.
Ha!
This is the kind of shit that you go through. It's like, dudes, you are a San Francisco Giant reliever. You ought to know who came before you. And I'm not talking about just that generation. I'm talking about my generation. I'm talking about Gaylord Perry's generation. You ought to go do a little freaking homework and see who you're trying to replicate right now.
I just don't think they care, man.
Unbelievable.
So you know what? Colton, my kid, like he actually knows some of the old school players because of MLB The Show. That's how he learns about them.
Really?
Oh yeah. So like guys, like yourself or whoever else will be on there, and let's just say Mo Vaughn, and it'll be like, oh, Mo Vaughn, oh yeah, he's legit, man.
Yeah.
He's got like 98 power in MLB The Show. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think he certainly had 98 power. He had 100 in freaking real life.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Linda dropped on me. I haven't heard that freaking name in a long time. Steve McCatty. Oh my God, Linda. Holy cow. Break out some stuff on me there. I faced him a long time ago. And then
let's go let's do some random San Francisco Giants, dude.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like I want to try to think of I don't know, how about a Mark Leonard?
Ooh. Mark Leonard was having a hellacious minor league career. Called him up to the big leagues. He went up and down a few times. He was actually, believe it or not, in with the group that I brought over to the house and, hey, look, just put beer in the refrigerator. You can live here for free. So he was actually a roommate of Josh and I's. And Mark, did a great job, reserve outfielder, some starts and got some big base hits. And then, yeah, he just said enough's enough and decided to move on. And I think, and Josh, you can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I think he's still in the Bay Area. He's married, really? Kids and all that. I think he's still in the Bay Area.
Okay, I got another one for you.
Fire away.
J.R. Phillips.
J.R. Phillips. All right. Does anybody in the chat room, Josh, you're not able to answer this one. Does anybody in the chat room know who J.R. Phillips is?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, I mean, dude, we got some legends in the chat room. Like Battleborn Mike's going to read off J.R. Phillips' stats.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Marty jumped in there. Okay, so J.R. Phillips was the first baseman after I left San Francisco. They decided that I wasn't the fit for first baseman in San Francisco, even though I was going to take less money. I was going to stay in San Francisco. I was going to be, retire as a Giant, the whole works. They fucking booted my ass out. They promoted J.R. Phillips, and he was shall we say, a major disappointment because all he did was strike out.
Next thing you know, I was playing with J.R. Phillips in the Mexican League about fucking 10 years later. He's,
So
sh-
anyway,
he's showing me the ropes down in Los Mochis. I
yeah.
mean, yeah,
So along that same lines of J.R. Phillips, all right, the Giants when they said, we're moving in a different direction, and we need to save money, and you're going to cost us too much, which I wasn't going to cost them too much because I was going to do a deferred contract, and on top of that, all I wanted was tenure. I wanted to retire as a Giant. So anyway, they said that we need to go sign pitching. That's why we can't afford you. And the pitcher that they signed, Mark Portugal,
oh, Mark Portugal. Okay.
who I have faced in Houston and absolutely abused.
Yeah, he didn't do very well, did he?
No, he had a rough go of things.
Who was your favorite teammate of all time?
Favorite teammate of all time? God Almighty. From a just straight funny, laughing and giggling, Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt Sr.
In Texas.
in Texas.
Wow.
Dude,
Okay, I like
he and
that.
I were friends on the Olympic team, and him and one of our catchers, his name was John Marzano. John passed away, believe it or not, but John had some time with the Seattle Mariners. But between Bobby Witt and John Marzano, they can make you laugh at anything, and it was so much fun being on a team with a guy like that.
So that's got to be crazy for you to watch Bobby Witt Jr., who's
Ah,
arguably one of the best players in baseball.
well, and then not only that, too, Bobby Witt Jr., when he was born and 3, 4 years old, he was in the clubhouse running around acting like a fool. He'd come sit on my lap. Hey, Uncle Will, shit like that. And then now he's a freaking stud in the major leagues.
Stud. Mike Sweeney and I are really good friends, and he's a Royals Hall of Famer. He does basically the same shit that you do with the Royals. And he says that Bobby Witt Jr. is not just like a great player, but he is an awesome person, an awesome teammate, and he's a fucking leader. So look, show me who your parents are, and
Yeah,
most likely I'm going to show you who
yeah,
you are. So it doesn't surprise me when you tell me about Bobby Witt Sr. being the funniest guy that
yeah.
you know, because I also have heard Bobby Witt's mother on MLB Network Radio, and she slaughtered an interview. Like, just is
Uh,
so
she's
real and raw.
she's such a beauty. And then the all right, Bobby Witt's sisters, one of them married Jeff Russell's kid, who was a major leaguer for the Cubs for a long time.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so they've all been around the sport and they all know the ins and outs. We need a double play ball right here by Mr. Schwarber. So
Well, here's Kyle Schwarber, 27 home runs this season. This guy's gone on to have a fucking fantastic career, man.
yeah,
Doesn't he remind you of the old school Philly sluggers, whether it's Dykstra or
you know who Schwarber
Krug?
reminds. You know who he reminds me of. You might laugh at this one. Remember Greg Luzinski?
Sure, of course.
Just a big burly swing out his ass, hit it or don't hit it. One of those guys. And
Matt
that's
Stairs, too.
yep. And that's who Schwarber reminds me of.
The pitch, it should have been a strike. He knew Rojas was going. That's the problem. You do the inside move on the pitch before that as a base runner, you're like, well, he ain't going to do it again.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do it again. Here we go. So I'm gonna run.
What a fucking great jump. Good job by the runner at first base paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, Big Mike. A little Steve Balboni reference. What happened here? Did I cut out?
No, you're still here. I got you.
Yeah, you got me on. You got me on. Can you see me?
You're frozen, but just keep talking. Your audio's great.
What about now?
Still frozen.
I'm clicking out. I'm clicking out. You want me to come? You want me to do my back and forth?
Yeah, you could do that. You want to mess with the camera. Runners at second and third, Kyle
All right.
Schwarber.
All right. I'll cut out. I'll come right back. Hang
Right,
on.
cut out, come right back in. Yeah, let's get through this third inning here, and then we'll wrap things up. Kyle Schwarber, 27 home runs. Cal Raleigh, the leading MLB with 35. Aaron Judge has 34. Otani's at 31. And then Eugenio Suarez, who
How about
always.
now? You got me?
I got you, man.
All right.
Now you're on the other side of my screen.
Yeah, that happened to me too. They're doing construction down the street, and our internet keeps going in and out because these motherfuckers are fucking with me. All right,
Well,
wait,
the fact that you live in backwoods Louisiana.
get the fuck out of here. You live in freaking Silicon Valley, Truckee, in Kansas.
Silicon Valley Truckee. 1-2 pitch. Balls away. I was with a couple guys today. I played golf through just a few holes.
Okay.
And John Middlecoff, who used to work at 95.7, he is a great sports personality. See ya, 96 miles per hour up and in on Schwarber. He strikes out.
Check you.
But yeah, he was talking about, our banter and whatnot. But he was saying, he's like, so where's Thrill? Mississippi? And I'm like, no, man, backwoods Louisiana.
Ha! Ha ha! Hey, Big Mike brought up Steve Balboni. Steve Balboni was the number 3 pick, and I was the number 4 pick in 1982 for the Kansas City Royals.
Well, they fucked that one up.
They picked back-to-back first basemen, and I went to college, and bye-bye Balboni went to the minor leagues.
Yes, he did. All right. Bryce Harper runners at second and third. Big moment. Robbie Ray. So he goes slider away right there on the 1-0 pitch throw.
That shows you right there. I mean, you're talking about Robbie Ray who deals with a lot of high fastballs, and he's throwing 1-0 breaking stuff. I mean that's what this sport has gone to, and it's not hard to see. All you got to do is just pay attention, and you can sit on pitches and be right most of the time, because all you're doing is you're looking backwards.
1 ball, 2 strikes now. Here would be the high fastball if that's the case. No, another slider. It'd be tough to not throw another one after he swung and missed at the Pats too. So we have 2 balls, 2 strikes. You do have first base open.
All right. So wait a second. Wait. So he threw 2 sliders in a row. Now would be a good time to go to his bread and butter curveball.
89, another slider, ground ball, shortstop. Adames, does he get him? What a pick!
Nice job.
Dom Smith over at first base saves the day for Adames.
Nice
as he did for Chapman earlier. He can pick that shit over there, man.
That was very nice right there.
Throw, your screen is frozen.
Motherfucker. All right. I'll go back. Hang on. Bastard. I guarantee you these guys.
Shall I say the thrill is gone? We're still here for you, buddy. We also just let Josh in. We'll see if Josh shows up. What's up, buddy? How are you, dude?
Hello there, Eric.
Good to see you.
How you doing? Good to see you
how's
as well.
life? You got a Warriors pullover on, huh?
All right. How we doing now?
Yep.
Look at
Hey,
him.
Phil.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you let him in.
Hey, I'm not showing you my tits.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah,
Big why Mike, are you here, Josh?
Big Mike, you ain't coming on and showing your tits. Sorry. But this is Josh Turow, who is, ladies and gentlemen, he has been sending a lot of pictures here lately of from the ground up shot, so that he looks like he's 6'5" instead of 5'6".
John, is that true?
That'd be true. We were up in Point Reyes, and we took a picture on the cypress trees, and my wife put the camera on the ground, And I sent Will a picture. I said, I am sending this to the Golden State Warriors because I'm about 5'7". And I said, I'm telling them I'm 6'5". So,
6'5". I can jam.
Isn't that where they film Star
Oh,
Wars?
come on, really? You gonna put
all
those
right,
stupid
Darth Vader, I'm
ass
going to give you
right
guys 5 players here.
All
Let me
right,
give
what
you
now?
guys, I want to give you guys 5 players. You've been talking about players this age, other ages, and this and that. All right.
Give it to me.
Give it to us.
Rod Carew, 328 career average, 828 OPS, 3,053 hits, 7 batting titles, 18 All-Star games.
I guarantee you, none of the kids would know who he is. All right, next.
All right, next, if they don't know who this guy is, they should run double. Tony
Right.
Gwynn,
They'll
338
know.
career
They'll know
average.
Tony because I talk about Tony enough in front of him.
All right. Do they know who Ken Griffey Jr. is
Yes,
and
they
his
do know
stats?
Griff because Griffey still has fucking sneakers and shit at baseballism. So that's the only reason they know him.
So same thing. So you talk about a guy 13-time All-Star and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
and Ichiro, they must know him.
They know Ichiro because Ichiro was the first of the best of the Japanese and all that sort of stuff.
All right. So do they know the coon ass white man sitting in front of me in his office and his numbers, not his name, not his retirement stuff, but his numbers.
They know who I am, but they don't know the numbers. And so when like I tell them some of the numbers, they go, "What?" And I go, "Yeah." And they go, "That's who's standing right in front of you, and that's who's giving you hitting instruction in the batting cage, and is in the batting cage swinging with you. That's who you're dealing with."
What the hell's with Darth Vader over here?
I don't know. Fuck you. He's over there. He's thinking about his fucking barbecue chicken chopped salad. So, but anyway, yeah. I mean, I try to keep it, lighthearted and bring it up, for all the kids to where they can get the answers right. But when, I give them 3 freaking relievers in a row, and you're a reliever, and I'm giving you Giants relievers, don't you think that like I would be like, oh, let me go look at who the Giants relievers were before me.
Yeah,
And
you talk about.
don't even go to a guy like Rob Nin.
Well, how about
If I gave him Rob Nin, nobody would get Rob Nin.
Powered cutters.
what about Goose Gossage?
Clear your filter out,
Trying to get
motherfucker.
it back. I'm back.
There we go.
Oh
How
shit!
about Goose?
That Darth
they know
Vader
who-
voice took over.
Yeah, how would they know who Goose Gossage is?
They would
Yeah,
not
probably.
know who Goose Gossage is.
No, they've
wouldn't.
heard of the Goose Gossage though.
So I sat in pretty good seats at the stick for a long time. I'm a 40-year season ticket holder overall. I sat on the field when they put the seats on the field. But when Gossage pitched, that whap in the glove at his age at that time was just awesome to hear.
Yep.
So when you talk about Randy Johnson or Nolan Ryan, back in that day, that's a rarefied thing compared to these guys. Duvall tries to get up there and throw the ball as hard as he can, but the ball's going this way, that way, until he figures out, oh, I'm not getting control here.
Well, and then
Those days are gone.
Here's another thing. Until Dennis Eckersley, he was the first. Until Dennis Eckersley came along. The closers were always 2 and 3 inning guys.
Yeah.
So they'd hand the ball over to Goose. Goose had to go 2 or 3 innings. Eckersley was the first one that came in for 1 inning to get 3 outs and got the save. Everybody else, no. Lee Smith, he started off his career getting 2 and 3 inning closes. So, when those guys get in the Hall of Fame, I salute that.
I wonder this though. Would the current generation of Giants players know who Kevin Mitchell is?
Probably not. And believe it or not, you're going to laugh at this one. When we came on the broadcast, Boogie Bear called me. My phone was ringing right here, but I got it on mute, and it's Boogie Bear. So after we get off, I got to call him and find out what the hell he wants. The last time I was on the phone with him, I told Josh this. He and I talked for an hour and a half, and I was like, I haven't had a conversation like that with Boogie Bear in a freaking long time.
And you mentioned him coming along to the Giants with him. You mentioned relievers running in from the bullpen.
Left-hander.
Craig Lefferts.
You want to talk about a dirt squirrel? Mr. Burns. Lefty had the dirt squirrel.
AB, how much we gonna collect to get you to shave?
What's that?
No chance.
No chance to get him to shave. For how it'll grow back in a month.
It'll be.
Yeah, no. I have this
like your UCLA pictures. Come on.
I want Thrill to bring back the upper lip lettuce, man, and throw the two of us on podcast.
It's gonna be gray.
That's okay. We could keep it gray, or we could go just for it. What a fucking dog shit play. What are you doing?
He wants you to just for a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let's look at this play.
What happened here?
I want to know the same thing. Fuck.
Stremski out there is usually pretty good out there.
And that's why I'm shocked right now. Let's take a look when they show the replay. Castellanos ends up with a base hit. But it just looked like a bad read or a dog shit effort from Yastrzemski, which is not the norm for who he is. See a little check swing. Otto Kemp's got a little lip lettuce. And there's a Phillies fan.
Lip lettuce.
Yeah.
Dirt squirrel, lip lettuce. He probably has more euphemisms for that word than we do for women's lady parts.
Yeah, no kidding. Ain't that the truth?
Hey, Dodgers lost again. They're really fucking in the tank right now, man.
You know
what? Was that 6 in a row?
We were talking about this before we came on the show. All right. This is a great situation for the Giants in that take advantage of when the Dodgers are scuffling to jump back in the middle of this. So this is a big game for us, especially since we're up 1-0 and we got Robbie, who's been pitching really well this year.
Is that 6 in a row for the Dodgers?
Thrill, I got a question for you.
Fire away.
Otto Kemp just got rung up on a curveball.
Strike 3.
That was 6 inches outside. What a fucking terrible call.
That's okay. That's all right.
Well, that was never a strike at any point.
Giants. It's the Giants. We need this every now and then.
That's horrific. And this is coming the night after.
Go sit down.
They completely fucked the Phillies pitcher when he struck out Matt Chapman 3 times. I don't know if you guys saw that yesterday.
We didn't, but that's okay. Don't worry about
bad.
it. Don't worry about it.
Some definite home cooking happening in San Francisco.
All right.
Runner on first
base.
Make
a good pitch right here. Make a good pitch.
There you go.
Yeah, baby.
There it is.
You mentioned the Schwarber body. What was the guy's name in Pittsburgh? Mike, the catcher.
LaValliere, Spanky.
Yeah.
Why do they call him Spanky, dude?
Spanky from our gang back in the day. Oh shit, that guy.
Santa Claus.
What up, hey, Michael?
Hey,
Mike.
Will, don't be afraid to grow the top dirt squirrel. Dude, embrace the gray, brother.
Embrace the gray. All right.
Embrace the gray.
You know why? You know why? Is because back in the day, every time I lost a bet and I had to grow it, shit would start to itch. That's why I got rid of the son of a bitch.
If you let it grow long enough, it stops itching.
I know that, but I got to get past that itching stage.
What about the eyebrows?
Oh, I got to trim those all the time. Yeah, those things turn into those turn into freaking eye squirrels, man. Those things are wicked.
What do you
fucking break
going
out
on,
the
dude?
freaking weed whacker.
You're like a real life Bigfoot, man. I mean, do you shave the rest of your body too?
No shit, dude. You've seen my titty shots. No, I don't shave. You know that.
Hey, hey, EB. You know, we were just talking a little bit ago about just offense in general, and we're in the bottom of the fourth, and both teams only got 2 hits, so we're winning 1-0, thank God, but there's not a lot of offense going on right now.
And one was a check swing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, but
RBI check swing.
Adames pounded that ball. That would have been a
Yeah,
home run. The Phillies pounded a couple balls too early. Wind's got to be blowing in at Oracle tonight. What a fucking view of that ballpark. I mean, they're doing a really good job with these drone shots.
Yeah, you see where all the parking left.
Speaking of drones, all right.
Oh God, here we go.
Let me tell you what has gone on in the thrills world. All right, I had a lake at my ranch. It's, believe it or not, when it's full to the rim, it's 22 acres. Ta-da! Another 22. But anyway, they used to go in, and it got bad with lily pads and shit like that. They'd spray it with a boat, and they had just a big fire hose, and they'd spray chemicals on it. Well, then they graduated to a helicopter, and now they're spraying it with a drone. And I'm not shitting you. I am not shitting you. The drone is the size of my freaking desk right here. I mean,
really?
The drone carries 10 gallons of chemicals, and they fly this thing around the edge of the pond, the edge of the lake, and they spray everything. And it's amazing where technology has gone. We went from a boat to a helicopter. Now we're flying a drone.
You got the lake not too far from an Air Force base, and they're seeing a drone thinking you're bringing up bombs.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. I got the boys flying over wanting to do some banking and freaking target acquiring.
Well, that's how fucking warfare is taking place these days.
Yeah, no
Exactly.
shit.
So they got to bring that drone up on a trailer.
2 balls, 2
Either
strikes.
that or just let's fly 36 hours and freaking drop 2 bombs and hit through a freaking air conditioning unit.
You got to swing the fucking bat right there. The ball
There's your drone shot right there.
Off their ass, by the way.
There's your drone shot from the Visa building.
Across the way, right? That's where the parking lot used to be, and now it's
Yeah.
residences.
Why are we
It's
talking about
that's a
bombs?
Visa building right there.
The parking lot.
Yeah. Kill me.
We go from bombs to parking lots to
Okay, there you
all
go.
kinds of shit, man. I mean,
Right.
you guys fucking shooting shit, and we're all over the board here. No filter.
I'm going to the game Friday night. Now I got to park in the wharf.
Yeah, no shit. Now, all right, so you got a 1-1 count on Mr. Yastrzemski. What was that right there?
Fucking moving, man.
What was that pitch right there?
It's a sinker, but it's moving like this. It's 2-seamer. It's running like a motherfucker.
Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. We were talking about it. He's not going to overpower you, so look off speed.
There's an off-speed changeup, 88 miles per hour, dumped into left field. Oh, fuck.
There's
Nice
the shoulder
play.
drop.
Is that Otto?
Way to make it look easy. Nice job.
Otto Kemp. I mean, this guy looks like he should be working at a fucking 76 station. Right? Can I check your oil?
Leaded or unleaded, ma'am?
Yeah, I mean, dude, back in the day, can you believe that? I used to sell leaded gasoline. Dude, this guy's...
Hey, Big Mike, are you out in the prison yard, Big Mike?
Fuck it, you bet your ass I am.
You look like you're at Shawshank.
Hey, Linda dropped on you. You need a beard trim.
You know what? I would fucking shave this thing off if you guys raise enough money for Northern Nevada Children's Cancer Foundation.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Clean shaven. My wife, 25 years of marriage, has never seen me without a facial hair.
All right. So how
What
much,
would you look like, though,
would
man?
you need donated to do the clean shaving?
I don't know. Let's just run a fundraiser and see what happens. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, how
Pick
much?
a number.
That's a good question. $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. Oh,
I'm gonna have to talk to Sandy. She's probably gonna want to raise at least $5,000 because she won't let me shave.
Well,
And
I mean, she'd be shocked. She'll be like, "Oh my God, who's this new dude?"
Look at the mom with the baby and the beer. You gotta
she's
love
seen pictures of me in high school, and I looked like fucking Tom Cruise.
it. Oh, gee. Oh,
Oh my
Oh,
God, don't even
Jesus.
go there.
Oh.
Don't even go there.
I'm gonna
So,
I'm gonna
wait,
send you fucking.
So you were
I'm
saying
gonna
there's a
send you guys
mom with a
pictures.
baby and a beer?
What would
That-
What's
Jason have to
that?
say about that?
The
A
mom,
mom
What?
with a baby and a beer? Seriously?
a mom, a baby, and beer. Yeah, she should be.
Dude, that's that's a gamer right there. I
Yeah.
love that shit.
Well, Casey Schmidt, not a gamer in this situation. This show's gone off the rails. It's fucking time for a day.
Hey. It's okay if you don't like baseball. It's kind of a sport for smart people.
Well,
That's why you guys are here and everybody in the chat room's here. We're smart people.
Battleborn, if you shave
Fucking
your beard,
morons I got to deal with.
you're 73 with the beard. Like, that's what you look like, at least. Ah, okay, maybe 75. If you shave the beard, what do you think you would look like?
Like a fucking child with gray
Do
hair.
you think you'd look younger than Jason?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Think so?
Jason shaved his shit.
yeah. Well, because he fucked up trimming his shit, and then he shaved his shit. He had a few too many Tito's and started trimming, and he made he fucked up, so he shaved it off. But it's coming back.
Battleborn, when people on the street figure out that you're 49 years old, do they?
Oh, no, I'm 51. I'm 51.
It's close enough. Do they think you're lying? They got to think you're lying, right?
People still think that Sandy is 10 years younger than I am.
Oh, at
Because
least.
she dyes her hair and she's fucking 10 days older than I am.
Oh, no way.
But she looks way younger than. No, I swear to God, she looks younger. And hey, I'll say this real quick. Texas. My wife is from where it's not good right now. Fortunately, thank God, her mom and family are okay. They couldn't go to town for a minute because the bridge is washed out, roads washed out, but all of their houses are high enough to where none of them saw any of the flooding. But hopefully, sad deal, sad stuff down there, man. Terrible.
Yeah, so I'll piggyback on that, Battleborn. I didn't bring it up earlier, but I had a kid here last night, Aiden, who's just the stud of a human being, 14 years old, 15 years old, and he has 3 little sisters, and all 3 sisters were at Camp Mystic the week before. The family just picked them up. They came out here to Tahoe, and I mean, can you imagine like that, right? You were there the week before this happened, and it's just it's sad. It's super sad. It's crazy what, obviously the what the environment could do in such a short period of time, right? With no warning. Obviously things we got to start paying attention to with the weather patterns and everything else. But holy shit, I mean, it's a real sad situation
Hey,
there.
let me piggyback that for a minute because Josh and Big Mike have been there. Tommy's been there. All right, my ranch. Okay, the river when it's down, which is usually August, and we're doing some work and stuff like that. Okay, you can literally walk across it, and we even call it the Noxubee Beach Club. It's the Noxubee River. And we go down there, we sit in the water, we drink beer and all that sort of stuff after we've been working all day, right? That river comes out of its banks. So now it has to go up at least a minimum 25 feet. Then when it goes up, I have places on my ranch that have 6 to 8 feet of water. So now that river has come up damn near 35 feet over the course of 1 or 2 days.
I don't get it, bro. Like explain the science of that to me. I still
It's
haven't
because
had anyone explain.
there's so much
How does it happen?
water being drained from all the properties, and that's the egress going out to the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, the water comes from the properties and it drains into the river.
So think of it like snowpack melt.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay? Think of it like that. You guys live in the mountains. When it melts, all that shit's gotta go somewhere.
Yeah.
When
Well,
we
this
have
river in Texas went up 34 feet in 45 minutes.
yeah. Well, my mother-in-law got 16 inches of rain in 1 hour at her house.
That's nuts.
1 hour, 16 inches of rain. And
That's
Texas,
that's almost like Mike. That's almost like no shit. That's almost like having a hurricane that just sits on top of you and spins and just dumps on you.
it was a tropical storm just spinning and dumping. It didn't move. It just kept spinning around. That's what it was.
Yeah.
When we had the flood here in 98, we got 18 inches of rain on top of snowpack in the mountains. And it flooded downtown Reno. It all come down the Truckee River and it flooded the shit out of Reno. And it was, shit happens. You got an unseasonably warm storm that dumped rain rather than snow, and it melted snow, and all of a sudden, half of fucking downtown Reno and Sparks were underwater.
Yeah.
EB, you have to remember El
Burnsy,
Nino.
Burnsy, he's got a good changeup going tonight.
Filthy.
That's a great pitch right there.
Filthy. Trey Turner up, 0 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 5th inning.
High cheese.
Giants. High cheese, he got it. Popped up.
So here we go again. I hadn't hit in 25 years, and we're calling pitches just because I pay attention to how he pitches.
All right, guys. Well, that'll do it. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Thoughts and prayers and everything to the all the families out in Texas. I mean, that is it's certainly a tragic event, and it's we're obviously thinking about you here, praying for you. That's brutal, man. One of my best friends too. They're really good family friends. Missing, gone. It's heartbreaking, and so makes you kind of step back and appreciate every single day we have here. And it's
Well,
life. Let's enjoy it while we have it.
This was a great show. We chunked a lot of stuff just together, and hopefully by the time we convene next week. Oh, wait a second. What is next week? Next week's All-Star Weekend.
Nice. Are you around?
I am actually going to St. Louis, believe it or not. The Cardinals are having a big get together on Wednesday, and I'm flying. I'm flying on Tuesday. Hang on, let me see what time I arrive.
Battleborn, you're a St. Louis fan, right?
Yes.
Yep. That's what I thought. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss. Sorry, Big Mike. I'm gonna miss next week. I'm gonna miss next week because I'm gonna be on an airplane. And I don't get in till 8:50 my time, so sorry.
Okay, all good, man. We'll
catch it the following week.
We'll catch it the following week.
We'll have plenty of All-Star stuff to talk about.
Josh, any final words for the Deuces Wild crowd here tonight?
Y'all rock. Keep it going. See ya.
See ya. Appreciate your presence.
I love it.
All right, Brill. Well, any final words for the Deuces Wild crowd?
Oh, let's see. We started off with Mr. Devers. Mr. Devers and I are going to be fine. No problems at all. Water under the bridge. All that bullshit. The rest of it, I thought it was a great show. We talked about a lot of stuff over the course of it, and we just needed the Giants to get this W tonight with the Dodgers losing, pick up another game.
Well, they brought in Tanner Banks here, and you see the numbers: 3.20 ERA, 39 innings, 39 strikeouts. Was that Jung-Hoo Lee that just got a base hit? Yep, runner on first base. So let's see if the Giants can add on to what they got going. But yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks, man. Safe travels to St. Louis.
All right back at you, and tell Tara and everybody we said, hey, my man Colton, and we'll go from there.
All right, dude. Dom Smith, a foul ball. All right. We'll be back at it. Daily Hustle. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, I don't know, wherever the fuck else you would listen to this podcast. If you want to leave a review, it really helps out. 5 stars if you're feeling generous. Tune into the DEUCES WILD Daily Hustle. It keeps you updated with all the latest and current news, scores, odds, predictions, everything else we got going here on No Filter Network that fills the time between Thrill and I solving all of the world's problems. So,
The world's problems, whether it be baseball or other.
all right, let's watch the end of this Smith at bat just cause. Ooh, a little.
That was just he like tried to flip it out there.
Yeah.
That wasn't a swing. That was just a little flip.
I kind of like that though, right? You had 2 strikes on him and just puts it out there, like you said. Look, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
It's almost like strategic hitting, right?
yeah. You know, it's like, all right, I'm fooled. Let me just kind of slow down my swing and almost like hit like a little backhand out there. You know.
So Rojas makes the play and then slides to the ground after that. Well, here's Patrick Bailey through.
From the right side.
Does this
Right.
help with putting him on the right side?
Yeah, he hit from the left side last time. Let's see if he gets a little more thumpingness from the right side. This is his natural side.
Change up away, 82 miles per hour. He just looks lost up there.
Yeah, but once again, I mean, you know, just slower, slowest. You know, it's like you don't have to look fastball all the time. You know, they've proved they want to get you out off speed.
So you might as well look for it. There's a
Yeah.
fastball in on his hands.
Now he's all discombobulated.
Yeah, now he's fucked, man. Like it
Yeah,
is.
they went change up away. They went fastball in. You know, I'm say fuck it. I'm diving out over the plate, looking away here. Here we go.
I'll take it away. And if he jams the piss out of me, so what?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. If he jams the piss out of me, I might be able to dump it in the right. But if he goes away right here, I'll be all over it.
I'll just take contact. That's all I want.
All right, they're coming in, so they're gonna go fastball in.
He sets up real early in. Oh, he goes breaking ball away.
That was a breaking ball away.
Yeah, they try to go
He
breaking
was
ball.
set up in.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Patrick Bailey.
Come
Lee is
on,
on first base. I wonder if he goes first move.
Come on, battle.
There it is, a base hit.
Ta-da!
Fuck yeah, man. Just get
Breaking
him.
ball, right? Breaking ball, right?
Something happen. Yeah. Breaking ball or a changeup.
Yeah. We just got through talking about it. You know, nobody's going to challenge you. Come on, look away. All right. And then, all right, now, here is the situation right here. We got Mr. Ramos. All right. And I am going up there. I'm right-handed. I'm facing the left-hander. After watching him throw the 9-hole hitter, 2 or 3 off-speed pitches, I am looking off-speed, and I'm going to commit to it. If he throws a fastball, fuck it.
Off speed over the middle of the plate. Driven. Right center field. Oh, can of shit. Lee tags. He'll go from second to third. That's a double or triple in any other ballpark.
But you're not hitting there. You're hitting in freaking San Francisco. Line drives.
And you'll wonder why it's tough to sign free agent hitters at that place. I mean, the ball was pounded to right center. Really nice swing. And here's our guy, the man, the myth, the legend.
That's right. This is what you get paid $300 million for. Drive in this run with 2 outs.
Lefty on lefty matchup, Devers.
You gotta think he's either gonna go fastball in or he's gonna go breaking ball away, one or the other.
He goes breaking ball away, just touches the outside line of the automated strike zone box.
All right.
0-1.
Okay. Shit happens. Good pitch. Nice job. All right, next.
There was a fastball in. I believe he was trying to go. Yep, a sinker. He left it down and out over the plate. So 1-1 count, Thrill. Does he look for the breaking ball again?
I would.
Runners at first and third. Giants up 1-0. The pitch. Sinker. inside. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you're Rafael, Thrill, what are we looking for here?
He's not going to overpower you. So if you look off speed, and you can adjust the fastball in.
Okay. There's a breaking ball. Swings through it. Well.
So here's breaking down that at bat right there. All right. You and I talked about it. I'm looking breaking ball right there. 2 out of 4 pitches are breaking balls, and the last one's a hanger.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
Right? And so when you commit to it, and you don't give a rat's ass about the fastball, you're able to commit to the off-speed pitch and get your A game swing off.
True.
So there you go.
What the fuck happened to my voice? I don't know why it changes like this. Hello.
Hello.
On
All
that.
right, my brother.
See ya!